Thanks for the help with PJ P. Fox.
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun.
That's Parker Fox, former Gophers basketball player, current Big Ten network analyst for Golden Gophers football, at least ever so often. Got to start somewhere. And via Twitter, you can find Parker at ParkerFox24 via the X machine at ParkerFox24. The Vikings lost yesterday. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it was, I tweeted, I think I said, can't remember specifically what I said. I got a lot of hate back for it, but something where I think we're better than this Ravens team, and I can't remember my exact words, but I truly still believe that. I think we're a better football team. And
I can. It was 20 hours ago, and you tweeted, well, we'll start here.
Okay.
Quote, "Let's keep doing penalties." End quote.
I thought that was humorous. It was one of those where I just had to laugh through it a little bit because there was just so many. It felt like.
Well, then why'd you quote tweet yourself and apologize? Because you felt bad about the deal.
I did feel bad, and because the last one was on my guy Brian O'Neill, and I love Brian, one of my favorite Vikings. I get to see him in the summer a little bit, and he's one of my guys, and he had to be the 8th false start penalty. I think that's what it was, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. 8. And especially because it happened to him, I felt bad. So I quote tweeted myself, and I was going through a lot of emotions, PA. It was just one of those games where there's a lot going on. Taylor had just gotten back home. She slept an hour and a half the night before. So she's tired. I'm tired, the whole bit. We're watching our Vikings team, and boom, there's the 8th false start penalty, and the emotions were flowing out a little bit.
The submission that you referenced a couple of minutes ago took place 20 hours and 45 minutes ago. Quote, this is at Parker Fox 24. Follow him via X if you're so inclined, as 9 to Noon does. Quote, "We're better than this Ravens team, too. That's the frustrating part."
That was the tweet.
Yeah.
Did you disagree?
Better overall than the Ravens? You mean like if they play 10 times, do I think it'd be a 5-5? Well, that's a wonderful question.
That is a tough question now that I think about it.
My answer is going to be no. Okay. I do not believe overall the Minnesota Vikings out of 10 games would win 7 or more against the Ravens in this current iteration with a quarterback having made three starts.
Yeah, that's true.
It's raising kids professionally or personally will have its challenges.
Yeah.
But it also will have its rewards.
It's true.
Fourth quarter Soldier Field. Totality of game Ford Field. But that also is going to be for people like us, maybe even those inside the building, maybe even the head coach. It's, you look at 3 hours and change of something from the Motor City Davy, and you're like, yeah, cool. And then you kind of see some of the same things you expect to happen the next game when you've come home, and you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
What happened? So it's just the ups and the downs where Lamar no longer is up and down.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like when we were back in Maryland at M&T Bank Stadium in 2021, the Ravens beat the Vikings, might have been an overtime game. Harry the Hitman got bit that day, so he was out like 2 hours before the game. Cam Bynum debuts, picks off Lamar, sacks Lamar. So I'm watching Lamar throw passes into the game, via previous games. Then during the game, and I'm like, he throws knuckleballs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's his arm so strong that he like shot puts the ball to whomever he wants to get it. But he doesn't do it a lot.
Yeah.
Very inaccurate. That ain't the case anymore. He's a cold-blooded killer.
Yeah, he is.
And I really, and watching the Miami game and then some stuff from earlier this season with Lamar, I just really like how they run their offense.
Yeah.
And if you'll notice, he never throws deep down the field.
Doesn't have to.
Right. And they're salting away that thing, and they got 3 tight ends off to the left with Derrick Henry offset left from Jackson out of the shotgun. And after faking a pitch to Henry, well, now Derrick's leading Lamar. You got offensive linemen pulling and those tight ends over there. And what do they get? 6, 7, 8 yards?
Every time.
Go back and do it again. They just have a cool offense.
They do. And they've really found ways to utilize their weapons. They've found the speed of Zay Flowers a lot on the outside, and then a buddy of mine when he was at the U, Rashad Bateman. They went to him a couple times as well. I think they could utilize him even more than they do. But I think you're right. Their bread and butter is getting Mark Andrews, getting those tight ends on the line, feeding Derrick Henry. And then I love what was it? Was Derrick Henry in the backfield? He flipped it to Lamar on the third down play too. Yeah. That was awesome. So like mixing that kind of stuff up is fun. But I think my perspective of, hey, we're the better team comes from, we're -3 in the turnover category, and we're still right there in that game. And how many times did JJ just miss those little bloopers over the head? I don't know if he's excited. Probably the adrenaline's up a little bit, throwing it 10 yards over the head. Yeah. Nonetheless, we're still in that football game. We had no rights to be in that football game with the penalties and with the turnovers, but we're still in that game with the chance to go march on the field, 2-minute drill. I think it was 1:44 on the clock. Of course, we get the penalty that moves us back even further, but we're still moving down the field trying to go win a football game. So, yes, it stinks. Yeah. It hurts to wake up this morning and feel that, but I really like where JJ's at. I think that's what you have to look at it, right? You have to be glass half full, is what can JJ get out of these next couple that propels him moving forward into the season and moving forward into his career. I mean, you don't have to. No, you don't have to, but you choose to. Yeah. Right. I mean, the only thing we really have to do is die. With the rest of it is we make the choices, and that's the choice that you Monday morning. That's the choice that you have chosen to make. That's true. I have some context here in this Tolstoy of papers that I have that, in case you missed it earlier, I'd like to share with you. Love it. It basically plays into along the journey with raising a gifted kid quarterback, and J.J. McCarthy is very gifted. Totally. I feel we just have to remember this side of Tom Brady. The topsy-turvy performances of new quarterbacks has been happening forever. And McCarthy gaining experience and coming down from emotional wins and realizing bad games won't be the norm one day matters immensely more right now than some of the details to games on which we harp. And, like Drake May last year, not nearly as good as he is now. Mm-hmm. Likewise for Bo Nix. Lamar Jackson, in his first 4 starts, completed 56% of his throws. Wow. I mean, he's up around 72, 73 right now. He kept fumbling. He had 3 TDs and 3 picks. He was taking sacks. Josh Allen, in his first 4 starts in 2018, he completed 55% of his passes, which is awful. He had 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions. Josh took 16 sacks in his first 4 games. So just how much better do you think Josh Allen is ages 26, 7, 8, and 9 night and day compared to 22 and 23? Totally. And, so it's with these taking the sacks, if the question is why, well, it's age old that whether they're gifted or not, but they're new, is they're indecisive. They don't make lightning quick decisions, play after play after play after play. They hold the ball too long sometimes. Yeah. Just like that Josh Allen example I gave you. But, it's the greatest quarterback in the history of Minnesota Vikings football is Fran Tarkenton. Yeah. And went to 4 Super Bowls, and he's HOF. He's a Hall of Famer. In Tarkenton's first 4 starts, I mean, he didn't look like HOF, man. I mean, he completed 50% of his passes with 1 touchdown and 6 interceptions. Wow. So this is in no way saying J.J. McCarthy is going to turn it around and become HOF. Mm-hmm. But that is age-old, contextually accurate. Mm-hmm. So patience are required. And if you don't want to watch it or listen to it or deal with it or read about it, that's your choice. And if people make that choice, well, that's fine. But it's contextually factual. It's true. With the gifted or the not at that spot, specifically that quarterback spot, that it takes time, and we're kind of living that right now. Yeah, we definitely are. And I think it's something too where I always go back to a basketball perspective, and I think about a guy like Steph Curry. Like Steph Curry comes in the NBA, he doesn't really break out to that all-star role till probably 4 or 5 seasons into the NBA. Damian Lillard, same deal. So it's taking time. And then there's also the injury effect, right? Is being out a whole year with an injury, and then the high ankle sprain, and are you really healthy? And I know these guys say you're never really healthy. You have to find ways to perform when you're injured, when you're hurt. But nonetheless, I think JJ's in a spot where he's got a great offensive line. He's got a head coach that trusts in him. He's got a backfield that can support him. He's got a good wide receiver core. So what can you gain from these next couple weeks moving into the end of the season here, and then especially moving into the off season? What are you working on? What's your main focus coming back? And I hate to already be to that point, because I think there's still life in this football team. I think there's still I don't want to say playoff hope. I don't know what the numbers look like, but I think there's still life in this football team, and it's finding ways to propel yourself to that. I think is obviously this team's goal. There's no quit in this team. There can't be quit in this team.
Parker Fox via X at Parker Fox 24, 20 hours, 19 minutes ago. Quote, "So you just can't sack a quarterback anymore?" Okay, got it. End quote.
That was the frustration.
That I don't, it just was the newest example of not understanding certain facets of tackling or sacks. Mm-hmm. And this would be FIVA, Fairness and Box Act. When we were at Ford Field, there were 2 penalties called against the Lions that I thought were garbage. Really? I thought they were garbage. Mm-hmm. There was one on Aiden Hutchinson where I'm like, that's ridiculous. And like with Dallas Turner yesterday, I said to Bursich and Lieber because those are former linebackers whose careers, whether it's playing linebacker or special teams, were predicated on tackling. Yeah. And I said to Pete, I'm like, well, if you're teaching a clinic, if you have a clinic or you're teaching a class on proper form tackling, that's a wonderful example right there.
Wrapped him up, chin was up.
Didn't lunge to drive him down. Yep. And it caused you to tweet, quote, "So you can't just sack a quarterback anymore."
But talk about a guy that just can't catch a break either, right? Like
Dallas played well yesterday.
We talk about Dallas Turner, and I feel like he gets so much hate. I don't know. I think he's finding his way. He's young. He's not in a starting position, so he's finding out a way to. How can I affect the game? How can I impact the game? And finally you break through and you make a play and you can see his excitement and his energy come out and he's all fired up and then boom, there's the yellow flag on the ground and now it's palms to the sky, chin to the floor and you're really trying to figure out where can I make an impact on this game. So I feel bad for him in that circumstance, but at the same time, it's like we needed to catch a break. And of course we just couldn't. And I get it. Like I understand hey, he may have done a slight lunge. He may have picked him up. It may have been the body weight thing, but at some point there's got to be a tackling the quarterback because Lamar's running around the field all the time anyways. So how can we take him down? Because if you don't wrap him up, if you don't take him to the ground, he's just going to get out of it. So I was frustrated with that one. I think that's where the tweet comes from that one, but I think you can understand that one, right, PA?
No doubt. And the final one that at least I had time this morning to write down took place very early in the game. And Parker, at Parker Fox 24, tweeted, "Hello, JJ. What a ball."
Caleb Williams this year. Minnesota 1 of 1 on 3rd down. 2 receivers, right, 3 left, empty backfield. McCarthy wearing the 9, facing a 4-man rush. He's going to fade left to Jalen Naylor, caught at the 40, and a Raven blew a tackle. Stiff arm by Naylor at the 30. Bulldogs to the 20, Wines to the 10, down at the 5. A 62-yard catch and run by the speedy Jalen Naylor.
What? You liked that, didn't you?
Well, this one was your voice that got me fired up. I was in the Bronco driving to pick Taylor up from Terminal 1 as she got back from Buffalo, so I didn't have the stream on. I was listening to you, and I was just pulling into.
I haven't tweeted while driving in about 2.5 years.
Let me get there. Let me get there. I got to Terminal 1, parked the car.
Gave my right thumb carpal tunnel syndrome with his new phone, but it's all fixed now.
But anyways, I was listening to you on KFAN and on 100.3 on your radio dial, and that got me absolutely fired up. So I checked Twitter, and boom, there was the play. I can't remember who tweeted it right away, but just an unbelievable ball from JJ, back shoulder to Jalen Naylor. He was a guy that me and my buddy were talking about the morning of is, hey, we think we can expose this secondary, but where do you go, right? Because you know Justin Jefferson's going to play physical with, Jordan Addison's going to have a lot of those under routes, those out routes, but can you get balls down the field to a guy like Speedy and Jalen Naylor? And what a great way to start the game. And truly, what an unbelievable ball. That's a high level throw there from JJ McCarthy.
Your fiance, Taylor Heisey, who you have referenced a couple of times, like Parker just said, well, she just got back Saturday, had an hour and a half sleep. She got back assumedly from Buffalo.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Buffalo, okay. Yep. Yeah, Buffalo and Cleveland before that. It's something called the Rivalry Series, Correct. USA and Canada. And Parker's fiance, Taylor Heisey, one of the very best women hockey players in the world. And maybe people saw this on X. That's where I saw it. With the fake shots, the no-look backhand pass or passes for goals. And Parker tweets, quote, I mean, this is what a wonderful celebratory submission to Twitter you offered for the person you love as much as anybody in the world, Taylor Heisey. Quote, eyes in the back of her head, just like when I'm cleaning out the fridge, trying to throw away her nasty hard-boiled eggs. Somehow she just sees everything. Annoying, but it comes in handy, I guess. What the hell was that all about?
Well, it's kind of ironic because we were just talking about these hard-boiled eggs that she makes, and she has this hard-boiled egg maker, and
hard-boiled what?
Have you seen one of these before?
Yeah, it's called a pot and boiling water.
They got a device for it. It's like a little stand, and you set up hard-boiled eggs, and then you pour water in the bottom of it, and then it chimes about 10 minutes later, and it makes a perfect hard-boiled egg.
Somebody got you and your fiance for $79.99.
Yeah, that's a TV shopping.
Thank you.
Hey, they didn't
man.
They didn't give me.
What does it do? This is assumedly you don't like hard-boiled.
No,
eggs.
I can't stand them. Can't stand the smell. The whole deal. I hate them in the fridge.
How many eggs does it make at one time?
I think you can get up to 8 in there.
You like hard-boiled eggs?
I love them.
Yeah, so do I. You get them the right texture.
Yep.
And then, salt and pepper.
A little salt and a little S&P.
Yeah, like on a plate, and then you dip it or whatever you want to call it.
Just
rub it, graze it, whatever.
No, I just don't.
Why?
What about like deviled eggs?
Oh, yeah.
That's a little better. There's a little flavor in there. There's a little something going on. The paprika, the mayo, the whole deal. But I just they're in the fridge and they stink, and then she makes them and they're in there for a week and a half. And
so how many can you make in the $79.99 contraption that ripped you off?
You get up to 8 or 10 in there. So she's making 8 or 10. She eats 2 or 3. The rest of them are sitting in the fridge for a week and a half. And I've got a little OCD in me. I got a little cleanliness. I'm trying to throw things away, and boom, there she is. Where's my hard-boiled eggs? Well, honey, you can make more. You got this device. You can just make more.
Yeah.
So,
as can Nordo and I by getting a little pot and putting water in there.
I hope she's listening right
and
now.
6 minutes into it, we have boiling water, and then we put the eggs in, and then they're done, and then you roll them along the surface.
Is that a pro tip right there?
Yeah, to get the shell off.
Okay.
And we didn't pay $79.99 for that honor and that opportunity.
Oh, man.
Russo Radio, Michael Russo at Russo Hockey. He's covering the rivalry series for The Athletic and TheAthletic.com. So Michael and Taylor, my sources tell me, met in Cleveland. So he's starting, to get to know the coach and the players and everything. And Michael's preeminent at what he does.
Totally.
But from his most recent story that I read, now the coach's last name, Robluski.
Yeah, they call him Robo, but Robolowski, something like that. They just call him Robo.
Team USA coach Robo felt the American, this is from Michael Russo's gamer/enterprising story. Team USA coach Robo felt the Americans saw glimpses of Heisey's stardom at times during the World Championships, but we're still waiting for her to really pop against Canada. Her, quote, arrival time, end quote, he said, is coming at a perfect time with the Olympics right around the corner. Heisey was in attack mode and basically creating empty net goals for Murphy, as in Abby Murphy, to fire into. Murphy has a knack for getting lost behind defenders and says she knows exactly where Heisey wants her to be so she can look for those seams. And when she gets the puck in the slot, Murphy is automatic.
Yeah.
That's Russo Radio writing about this.
He's great. He's the best. And it was so fun to follow him. And obviously I had the game on the TV and I'm watching on NHL Network and I get to see it happening in front of my eyes. But not everybody has access to NHL Network and not everybody, watches these games. So what a fun thing for Michael Russo to be tweeting these out and for the girls to, celebrate those. And this is big. This is Canada. This is, I think,
big time.
The last however many World Championships, the last however many Olympics, it's always Canada and U.S. in the finals. So the whole year, you got to play Sweden, you got to play Finland, you got to play these other teams. But it's going to come down to Canada, U.S. So you're taking these games, you're taking these opportunities to really figure out what works, what doesn't work, and how do you attack this team, and how do you find yourself with a gold medal around your neck February 20th in Milan.
Now, Nordo and I may have just gotten boxed up. Officer Geis sent me a text during this conversation. Robbie Geis likes his food, and he writes, what Parker is talking about with the egg maker is the bomb.
Oh.
Use it all the time.
Here we go.
And they're like $20.
Oh. cheap.
Wow, okay.
Supporting it. I love it. I can tell you, PA.
Sounds like going to be a good Christmas gift for about 5 people.
I've never made hard-boiled eggs. I won't make hard-boiled eggs. Mm-hmm. But if I were to make hard-boiled eggs, I think it would be in the device versus the just the pot with the water. You get a little more consistency.
Officer Geis has 100% purchased a mortgage payment's worth of small appliances from QVC.
Oh yeah, for the garage.
You know, he's got all
the man cave
sorts of
garage
stuff
is
in the man cave.
second to none. Thank you, Robbie. So when do you leave for Edmonton for the rest of the series?
I don't think I'm going to be going to Edmonton, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, Edmonton sucks. Why would anybody want to go there unless they're playing games?
I've never been.
Neither have I. Read
but you just know it sucks. I don't think I'll be going up to there just because I'll have a couple games for Big Ten Network during that time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, 2 more games, and then the Frost season starts right around the corner here. November 21st is the home opener. So we were waiting for this time this summer as we were trying to enjoy as much of the summer as we could, knowing that once this kind of beginning of November rolls around, it's going to be rivalry series into Frost, back into rivalry series, back into Frost, and then boom, hop, skip, and a jump over to Milan for the Olympics. So it's a lot of hockey on the horizon, but it's a super fun time.
All right, let's spend 90 more seconds, maybe 2 minutes with P. Fox, and I got a couple of basketball things for you.
Let's do it.
This has been elongated, which means it's a marathon segment, courtesy of Steve's Appliances, stevesappliances.com. We got the cursory over there for the fridge, the range, and the dishwasher with fast delivery, free recycling, guaranteed low prices. A couple of people extremely close to me just bought a washer and dryer from Steve's Appliances. And the thing is when you go to Steve's Appliances in Mounds View with that 7,000 square foot showroom or start online, stevesappliances.com, is the deals Nordo or whomever get, they're there for you too. When you let the owners know, I heard about this on KFAN and I'd like to get fast delivery, free recycling, guaranteed low prices. And they're going to take care of you in second to none fashion. This is a treasure trove for those of you looking for appliances. stevesappliances.com. Nordo, maybe you remember this reasoning. I don't. All right. So the Wolves have gotten hot.
Yeah.
It was a ridiculous loss to the Knicks. Finchie turns 56 the next day. They decide to give him his birthday presents in subsequent games, beating Utah by 40 and then dominating DeMontis and the Kings last night. Here's the question. Why did Sacramento move De'Aaron Fox again?
Yeah, no kidding.
I know, seriously, I'm watching the game last night. I'm like, I didn't even feel like looking it up or whatever. A-Rod is zesting his peas. That game was boring. The Wild game just ended. Kaprizov with the empty netter.
Fun one.
About ready to go to bed, listen to some YouTube shorts in bed. And I'm watching this Wolves game, and they're crushing Sacramento. Mm-hmm. And I forgot to text you. I'm kind of, why'd they trade De'Aaron Fox again?
Well, on the spot, I don't remember what they received in return for the transaction. I don't remember. But it just doesn't look the same, man. Without him, and you know, they can bring Malik Monk off the bench and then get some shooting there. And, of course, DeRozan appears ageless, but still there's a ceiling there. And it's all about DeMontis, right? That's not a good team right now. That's where it's like, okay, they got hot. Well, they played the Jazz and kind of a weird, funky
they got
Kings
Zach
team.
LaVine.
It was a 3-team trade.
That's
with
what it was.
with the Bulls.
With Chicago there, yeah.
So see, Zach, you know, not to turn this into point guard fan line, but I mean, Zach's a player. I like Zach, okay?
Yeah, he's
good
great.
across the board player. Mm-hmm. Kind of got a lot of big box score to him, has all of his career, but they are big box scores. But he's that lanky, tall, good, not great ball handler.
Yeah.
Who people are always like force feeding into the point guard spot.
Yeah.
Bro, De'Aaron Fox is a point guard, and he's lickety split fast, and he's a killer crossover.
Yeah, exactly.
They miss him.
So you look at this Kings team now, and you say, where do we go for point guard? Yeah, we picked up Russell Westbrook, and he's self-proclaimed the best. What did he say the other night? He said, I'm the best rebounding point guard in the history of the NBA.
Be tough to argue with him. Magic Johnson.
Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, Oscar Wright. Yeah, right. I mean, it's okay. Russ is going to Russ.
Yeah.
But he is one of the very best rebounding guards.
Phenomenal.
He was terrible last night. His previous 2 or 3, my man was on fire. He might have had a triple-double in one of those.
Yeah, he's been great. But you look at their point guard position, it's just tough. You go Dennis Schroeder and Russell Westbrook. You can maybe sprinkle in a little Malik Monk there. But the Kings don't really have a lot. I've never been high on Domantas Sabonis.
Really?
I just never really have.
Well, that's crazy.
And I get it. He produces, right? He gets the rebounds. He gets the points. But it's all left hand. Everything is left hand.
So what?
You can't stop him.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But you,
what the hell are you talking about right now?
I'm not a Domantas Sabonis guy.
Wow.
Can I have an opinion on Domantas Sabonis?
But your opinion's wrong.
It's an opinion.
Domantas is high in passing center. Okay, rebounds are high end. He's undersized.
Okay.
He's and he has that Euro dog to him. Where there was a moment last night, he got fouled 3 times. They didn't call one time. Rudy tried to block his shot. I mean, he pushed after he finally made it, and the ref let it go because I think the ref recognized he missed 2 or 3 calls.
Mm-hmm.
He pushed Rudy, like, get out of my way. Now Rudy's got the Euro thing too, okay, with the French connection there.
Yeah.
But Domantas fears nobody. Those Euros are tough.
Elite rebounder. Elite. Probably one of the best in the NBA, rebounding wise. Mm-hmm. But I think there's enough of these Euro bigs now that they're stacking up against him. I'm taking Alfred Sengun.
Bro, you're making him sound like
Nikola
Jakob
Jokic. I'm not
Well, Sengun's had a good start to this year.
But I'm taking Sengun over Sabonis every day of the week, are you not?
I love Sabonis.
Yeah,
the issue
Sengun's younger.
Where I lean your way, Parker, is that to take advantage of how Sabonis plays, you kind of have to run the offense through him, which has kind of put them in part of the point guard conundrum that they are in.
Yes.
So I think so I lean where you're going. I love Domantas Sabonis.
I get it.
And my feelings were mildly hurt when you took him deep the way that you did.
Yeah,
even
me
though
too.
It kind of makes sense. I love Sabonis.
Here's my thing too: is with a guy like Sabonis, right? PA, you talk about an elite passer, right? He can shoot the mid range. He'd rather not. He'd rather go to that left hand. He can shoot the 3, but he'd rather get inside. You have to surround him with shooters, right? So you look at what's around him.
De'Aaron Fox.
Well, okay shooter, but DeMar DeRozan's around him. He's a mid range guy. He's not a 3-point guy.
Yep.
Zach LaVine can shoot the 3.
Yep.
The 4-man in their offense is Precious Achiuwa. He has no business outside of the arc. So you talk about a guy who's he's a good passer. But you have to find guys.
Malik Monk can hit a bunch of threes.
Yeah, he can shoot, and I love Malik.
He's streaky though.
Yeah, but he's streaky, and I love Malik. He's a great player. He's good personal friends with some of my guys, and I think he's a true talent. But when you talk about Sabonis, his ability to pass the ball, you got to surround. You got to find 3-point shooters around him, and I don't think that's a specialty for the Kings team.
Okay, your best 28 seconds on this. Nordo and I just want a name.
Okay,
who was it? What left-handed player in your childhood abused you so badly because the lefties are tough to stop?
They are.
That you just can't get past it.
I don't think it's a specific person. I've got the opportunity to play with some elite lefties. Jamison Battle is one of my best friends with the Toronto Raptors now, is true of a lefty shooter as you can get.
All right.
I just think that when you look at lefties sometimes, they're just so left-handed. And I look at Sabonis, and and I'm just watching last night. I haven't watched a lot of Kings basketball, but I'm watching last night, and Rudy's in great defensive positioning. But if you just slide about 3 more inches to the left or to your right, to his left, you're going to put yourself in better defensive positioning because he's not going back to the right. He's going to stay with that left. So I think it's just something where I'm not calling Domantas one-dimensional. I'm not doing that at all. But I think you defend at that level. You defend a left hand. You give yourself a little bit more success.
You're the best. Have a good week.
Love you, man.
Love you, buddy. Tell Taylor we say hello. Parker Fox, the Sultan of Smug, joins around the corner. But first,
Fan along with 2 men in a junk truck want to give you a shot at some bonus bucks. National cash contest. The keyword is bank. Put some money in the bank by entering the keyword bank at KFAN.com.
The head cheese.
Milwaukee.
TCOPC tomorrow, Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, home to your Minnesota Vikings. Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the Vikings, joins at 11 a.m. for some hot X's and O's action on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings audio network. We are in search of David Sinykin to do a Packer preview, call it the border battle.
Yeah, we got a straight to voicemail situation. Things are tenuous with the game tonight.
Well, actually, I mean, FEHA, Fairness and Host Act. I'm 5 minutes late. It's a we, but it's my fault. We're 5-6 minutes late. So maybe something transpired during the course of that time that.
We couldn't leave on the Sabonis bit. Like, we had to finish the Sabonis conversation with Parker before we went to break.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt.
And in the zones, Dave Sinykin, I think, would appreciate that. Mm-hmm. He would understand the tardiness of 9 to noon in this circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
Check your watch and tell me what time it is.
11:41.
Now peek your head out and tell me what the climate is.
Man, I see a little bit of snow on the ground right now. So it's a little chilly. Probably like 31 degrees in the neighborhood. Green Bay and the Philadelphia Eagles play on Monday Night Football tonight. And that's a game I expect. And by the way, without betting on these games, the beauty of making what is known as mind bets, M-I-N-D, mind bets, is the only thing you can lose if you lose is your mind.
Check your watch and tell me what time it is.
Now 11:42.
Now peek your head out and tell me what the climate is.
It just heated up a lot because we got the Sultan next segment.
I can't wait until
Hi, Sultan. Good morning.
Morning, Paul. How we doing?
Good. Super Special Cinny at TC Head Cheese via X, Packer Preview and Review via the free iHeart Audio app. Download it and or listen to it now. How do you win tonight? And are you attending the game?
I am not attending the game. I thought over the off season that I would be, but my brother's tickets got sold, so I'm here watching it on TV. To me, it comes down to the red zone. The Packers have been very poor in the red zone the last few weeks, 1 for 5 last week. Eagles are the best offensively and one of the best defensively. So I think the game's decided by who's more productive in the red zone. Got to run the football with Josh Jacobs tonight. Green Bay's run blocking has been abysmal of late. He's averaging less than 4 yards a carry. And I think LaFleur's got to take some of the training wheels off and let his quarterback do some things against an Eagles team that you can throw on. So there's opportunities there, but they got to play a much cleaner game than they did last week.
How are things on the health front for your super special team?
Well, we got 3 wide receivers who are questionable tonight. I think Wicks will be back. He's missed the last couple, but Matthew Golden did not practice Friday or Saturday with a shoulder, so he's not trending well to play tonight. So little injury concern hitting the wide receiver room deep. Still without Lucas Van Ness for another week. Nate Hobbs is out for a couple weeks. Might be back for the Viking game. So let's just say this. Not as injured as many, but a lot more injured than the Eagles, who come in off their bye with just their center, Cam Jurgens, out. And who knows, PA, maybe they'll open up the game with a tush-push on 1st and 10 just to shove it in the Packers' face.
What do you think of the Eagles overall?
I don't think there's anything special about them. I think you'd probably agree. You saw them up close and personal. I mean, we're 3 weeks removed from them getting blown out at home by the Giants. Their offense hasn't seemed right all year with their new offensive coordinator. So, I think they're certainly one of the teams in the NFC that's going to be up there, but, I think Seattle and the Rams have been much more dominant teams so far. I think Detroit, Green Bay, and Philly are all kind of looking up at those two right now. I just think we're looking at 5 or 6 teams that are sort of separating themselves, and we'll see which ones stay healthy.
Border battle.
The Head Cheese.
At TC Head Cheese via X. What do you expect from Jordan Love tonight?
I expect a good game. He's very good in prime time. It's crazy statistically how well he plays under the lights. I do think he will play well. Obviously, having a productive running game will help him if play action could be part of the bit. But I think he'll rebound. He was not bad last week. He was not the reason Green Bay lost. There were a lot of mistakes that this team made, and he was low on the priority list. But I expect a good night from him tonight against Philadelphia. Green Bay has struggled against Vic Fangio defenses over the years, but the 2 games against Philly were both close and in doubt last year. Green Bay opened and closed the season against the Eagles. I think they learned something. I think they find a way to get it done tonight.
Cindy, bigger surprise from yesterday. You're an elite football mind. Miami beat Buffalo, or the Saints got their second win against that Carolina team that won at Lambeau last game?
Well, the Dolphins were one of my 3 underdog picks, so I'm not going to pick that one because I'm not that surprised. I thought it might be a chance Buffalo off the big win might fall flat. I did not see Carolina coming as well as they played against Green Bay the week before. I had a feeling they were just going to dust New Orleans and run the ball down their throats, but that one shocked me. I did not see that coming.
Appreciate you, brother. Enjoy the game tonight.
Thanks, PA. Have a great week, bud.
See you, bud. That's David Sinykin at TC Head Cheese, and that's 9 to noon. We are at the Vikings home tomorrow, TCOPC. Yeah, Kevin O'Connell joins 9 to noon at 11 o'clock tomorrow. The program with the patented montage is around the corner. And thank you very much for listening to KFAN. If and or when you do, and I'm Paul Allen. Here comes Big Daddy Khan to put a wrap on the show.
All right, I spent a little more time writing this one, putting this one together. I just hope that it pans out. Everything runs smoothly. What I want to say to Dave Sinykin, but
before the snap, ball start by the center.
I mean,
it's a 5-yard penalty. It's third down.
My team just fell to 4 and 5, and I don't know why.
But 10 straight eye behind McCarthy.
Come on.
C.J. Ham in front of Aaron Jones. Bots.
False start by the offense, number 75.
Come on.
5-yard penalty.
I just want to rap. Wanted to see more from the kid QB. How about the running game?
1st and 10, Minnesota. Oh, McCarthy is under center. His cadence.
Yep.
False start.
I get it.
Number 85. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
The talkbacks and texts are negative, and the fan base is loud.
1st and 10 from the 20. Oh, my.
Stop!
Darisaw and Hawkinson jump. There's something with this cadence here that's getting them.
Personal foul, offense.
Personal foul.
89 and 71.
Personal foul.
It's a 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
Go ahead.
A Freudian slide there by the official.
All right, that's all I got. Have a great day. We're at TCO tomorrow.
See you, bud.
Podcast today's Paul Allen Show, or listen back to previous show and interviews by going to the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.